Well, welcome back to Max Car Models. I've decided, as I've run out of 3mm masking tape and I can't get on with the tie interceptor, I'm going to polish up my Shelby Cobra body. I'm going to use 3 products for this. I'm going to start with the Tamiya finish, which is really good, and then I've got Tamiya Fine, and then I'm going to go to my final product, which is good old Turtle Wax. Quite like this stuff, it's good. I've got a section of Q-tips, cocktail stick, various bits of rag, and my gloves, and of course my car body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare my cocktail stick first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that point there and put the chisel point on it. I'm just going to use a scalpel. So now I've put a chisel point rather than a point, and that's quite important because I'm going to use that for clearing up my panel lines a bit later. So let's move all my sharps out of the way, get my gloves on, and start with my first compound, which is my Fine. And start in a small area first. So let's take a little bit, not much more than that on the Q-tip, and let's start down in one side and work on a panel length. You can hear it's a bit rough on the bottom of the seal, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm literally using the Q-tip you'll hear it, you'll hear the noise change. Okay, so now I take my rag, and now I'm just going to polish all this off. Should really do it in little circular motions. The other reason I use the gloves is it stops my fingernails digging into the paint accidentally whilst I'm doing this. Let's have a look under the light. That's starting to look pretty good. That's good. I'm going to keep doing that all around the body until I get to a point where I move on to my next grade. Okay, so I finished with the Tamiya Fine, and that's taken off a lot of the big, heavy, high spots. There was a big one just here that's come off. Now what I'm going to do, and you can already start to see it in the light. If I put it under the light is actually very clearly becoming defined within the paint, so it's becoming almost mirror finish now. So Tamiya Fine, don't use a lot of it, don't need a lot of it. Next one I'm going to is the Tamiya Finish compound, and I'm literally just going to repeat the process again that I did with the Fine and go over it. Throw away my old cotton buds because I don't want cross contamination. I'm also, let's double check that, yeah, that's pretty good. So let's start with the bonnet again, and let's start with the bonnet this time. This is a bit runnier, so what I'm going to do is bring it in. And on this one, what I've found is just to work it to a point. It kind of looks like it's disappeared. take the dry bit. You should hear that squeak. Hear the squeak? That's what you want. That's telling you that it's pretty much there. And then take the cloth again. And you'll feel it, you'll feel the difference as it becomes more polished, more smoother. If we check that under the light, that light is virtually clearly defined. So now I'm going to repeat that again on the rest of the body, going all the way around, and we'll see the end result. Okay, now finished with the Tamiya finish compound, and the body is now really starting to zing under the light. It's really getting there. Definition of the light fitting in the paint is absolutely spot on. What I tend to do is also try and test it with some text. We've got a bit of Tamiya weathering kit here, and let's see. That's not right. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Up against the light, that's crisp. Yeah, I can actually read the text very clearly. So I'm now at the stage, I can even read it in the black. I'm now getting to the stage now where I'm going to put, so that's a little trick, a little bit of text, put it up against the light, and see what the reflection's like, see how clear it is, and the text on that is looking pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the turtle wax. Green wax. Again, start with the bonnet. New cotton bud. Take a little bit, smear it on. This works quicker if you do it. It's a bit warmer than it is out here in my conservatory. So it's on there, and now what I'm waiting for it to do is just go hazy. So now I'm going to take my polish rag, put that away, and I'm going to take a clean piece of rag. What I want to do, and I'm just waiting. This is where I got my heater to help to make it go a bit hazy. And there it is, it's hazy enough. Right, and now I'll take my rag in circular motions. And just polish it. I know some people use machine polishing, they use Dremels. Dremels go at about 11,000 RPM, so it's really easy to burn through your lacquer and into your paint. I don't recommend them. I know a couple of people who use like a grinding wheel with a soft kind of lamb's wool polishing mop on it, but again that's still doing 6,000-7,000 RPM, and that is perfect. Let's have a look at my text. Yeah, it's even crisper than it was before. So I shall do probably 3 or 4 coats on that, and then move on and keep progressing with it. Okay, so now I've finished with the turtle wax, and got caught up there, and the body now is polished, and that's a mirror finish. It is pretty cool. Now earlier I put the chisel on here, and the reason I did that is because now I'm going to use this just to run it down the panel lines and clean out all the gunk, all the polish and the wax. And the chisel works, so you can see it's not very clear. And what we do is just kind of scrape it all out. And it clearly defines it isn't more sitting better on this one. There you go. That's what's coming out of those grooves. Just taking out all of that wax and polish, and there you go. It's back to where it was. It doesn't look whitish now, and that's that. And then on the front, what I do is I use the other end just to hook out. Just being very gentle on this. There's a little bit stuck in there, so we're now just hooking it all out, because it will show on the photographs and it will stick out like a sore thumb. Okay, and that's all the residue cleared off. As you can see, it's nice and clean now, and that is ready for final assembly, which will be all the chrome parts and all the other bits being fitted to it. Thanks for stopping by. Ta-da.